Okay, so I was hoping to make a YouTube video how to make my potatoes. I fried potatoes. So what I did was I chopped up my yellow potatoes. I only had a bag of little baby yellows. So I used all of them, 3-pound bag. I chopped them up kind of small. I like small potato chunks. And then after I put them in the pan, I gave them a generous helping of onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and minced garlic. Dried minced garlic this time instead of my liquid, my garlic. They've been cooking for a minute. I always put in my, Better Than Bouillon chicken broth. That is 1 2/3. One 1 2/3 cup. Now I'm going to, I gotta turn it down because all this water, all this broth will cook out. Some of the potatoes already browned up. And yes, I'm just using that because I wanted to get all of the bouillon out of the spoon. Okay, I'm going to turn this heat down a little bit. I'm trying to cook this and make potatoes so much. Oh my gosh, it was up to 350. Heavens, it's back up so fast. Okay, I'm turning it back down to 250. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in my peppers. Make sure that's enough. I don't know. I still have some mini peppers I can chop up. I like a lot of peppers in my potatoes and onions. So I still need to chop the onion real quick, but I wanted to get this going because the potatoes take the longest, of course. So yes, I'm just using what I have in my hand, which is the knife from there. So I might add more peppers. Hunter thinks that's plenty. I like a lot of peppers. Okay. Maya Grace does too. And this is just for explaining to my children how to make my potatoes that they love so much, so that they can do it for themselves one day. Okay, be right back. Okay, just put in my onions into the whole sweet white onion. Give it a good stir. The flavor from the peppers and onion will come through as seasoning, also season these potatoes up really nicely. So, it's going to be a while. And like I said, every time, I didn't say this before, but the broth will dissipate. I know it seems like a lot. That was a weird piece. Okay. Seems like a lot of liquid, but it's really not a lot of liquid. The liquid will cook out. And what I do is I keep the lid on it to get the potatoes soft. Sorry I'm stirring so much. It's probably very good by now. I usually put red pepper flakes in here as well, but I don't want to make it spicy because I'm cooking for Diane as well, and she doesn't like spicy. So that's gonna cook. I've got it on in the skillet at 225 or so. I don't want it to cook too high. I want it to cook fairly low, so that low and slow, so that it softens them up and all the flavors marry. Trying to think what else to tell you. Anyways, I'll check back in a minute. Oh my gosh, I'm just realizing I never did. I sprayed the backsplash and I never did wipe it down after I sprayed it with this cleaner to get all the backsplash clean earlier. Dang it. Sorry. Okay, so let's stir. See, it's softening up already. I mean, it really does like cook very quickly. What do you think it does? We want to keep stirring it occasionally because we want to make sure all the potatoes have a chance to be in that broth, to get the flavor of the broth where all of the seasonings have gathered together to cook up. And I'm going to start posting these little videos because it kind of made me like reality at home, and my daughter, Miss Maya Grace, asked me to help her understand how to make my chicken salad so she could make chicken salad croissants. And I was like, maybe I should just do a video and show you, and she's like, oh, just do your best to just text them, and kind of made me verklempt, made me a little emotional to think that my kids have been wanting to do videos, as like use this channel as like a journal for my kids so that they can look back and say, oh, this is how mom made this is how mom made that, and it's time to start doing that. So, reality, they're getting older and they're grown. They're grown-ass adults now. So they're softening up quite a bit. That's a lot of stirring. You know what? I've decided cooking and talking, making this video, has made me realize that like I'm really bad at this. Like, I have equipment. I cannot for the life of me remember what I do with it, and if it's in storage or what. So I'm gonna just set up equipment next time I make my video, and we're gonna let this cook. Anyways, pause. Okay, it's looking really good. And see how that's cooked out, the broth, like how little of the broth it has now. And again, I wish I could say the measurements, but what is it people say, measure from the heart, and I do. And y'all might think I'm a little cuckoo, and that's okay if you think I'm cuckoo. That's loud. I don't even know if you can hear me. But honestly, I ask God sometimes to help me stay focused, and make it tasty, help me to figure out more things to add that might make it a little tastier. So they'll, I've always done that with my kids. My kids have always liked really flavorful food. So a lot of flavoring. My husband and I are the same. To the ex-husband of mine, anyways. And so I've always kind of asked God to guide me on what seasonings to use, and of course, like, watch other people's channels. I've learned from Food Network. That's how I learned about the trinity of seasonings. Garlic, onion powders, salt, pepper together. That's not a trinity, it's 4, but you get the idea. And now that it's cooked out, now is where I'll start to turn it with the lid off. And this is a terrible video, I'm sorry. After I cook it and everything, and I always get like to test it. I never double dip. No, even though it's my cooking, it's my children, it's my food. I don't put the spoon back in after I test it to make sure I get all my flavorings correct, all the seasonings. Make sure it's flavorful enough, if I need salt, if I need whatever. And potatoes are not cooked as well as I'd like. I may need to put the lid on in between stirring, and I need to put the lid on because it's actually not as cooked down as usual by now. Anyways, don't want it to start sticking, but it's on a low heat, so pretty considerably low. And as far as the skillets go, I know that the temperature is a little bit higher on these skillets than in a pan on the stove top. So, and depending on if you have gas or if you're electric, but with these things, they make it a little. Okay, so this is the end. I'm just going to be done here. As you can see, all of the broth is cooked out now. They're soft. You can add seasonings. Like I said, taste it as you go. I did add a little bit more salt and a little more onion powder. And I forgot the really important thing to tell you in the beginning of this is the olive oil. You want to put olive oil in the bottom of the pan. And you can put it in at any time, really. It doesn't really matter, but in the beginning, so that it soaks up into all of the potatoes and gives it a really nice flavoring. I love olive oil. I love the flavor that it gives my food. And it's very, very healthy and good for you. So how I eat these. Basically, you can make any meat, sausage links, anything like that. I put some in a dish, and then I put a little bit of white Italian style cheese as well as some Fiesta blend. I mixed it up a little bit with just a little bit of each of those, and then I put one or the other, usually a Fiesta blend, on top, and then I put that in the microwave, and I microwave and just eat it with melted cheese on top. And I have done zucchini in here, really healthy, really good for you. Everything in here is pretty healthy. I'm using sea salt and olive oil, like I said. And yeah, you can make, for Diane for tomorrow, I'm making her to go with this. When I bring this to her tomorrow, I will be bringing it with some brats links, a couple of brats I'll just cut up and cook. She doesn't want spicy, she wants mild, so And that's it. And just serve with this. And yeah, anyways, that's my fried potatoes. I make this like once or twice a week, and it lasts me a while. Anyways, hits the spot. Thank you. Bye-bye.